The Office of Workforce Investment for the Westchester Putnam Workforce Investment Board. And then to my far left is Frank Surdey. Frank is a managing economist for the New York State Department of Labor. Both gentlemen have presentations, PowerPoints that they're going to run through in about 10, 15 minutes, and then we're going to leave time for questions and answers. So with that, I'd like to introduce Frank Surdey.
Thank you, Lou. Good afternoon, everyone. Again, my name is Frank Surdey. I am the Jolly Green Economist of the New York State Department of Labor. I've been assigned as being the lead because this is kind of a frontier research area. Everyone wants to know, what are green jobs? How many are they? Are they going to grow? What kind of skills do you need? And we, New York State, has been working in collaboration with all the other states across the United States to basically try to define and refine all this information, because the way we collect information is not set up to capture what we mean by green. And everyone here probably has somewhat of the definition of what you think green is, correct? We're kind of moving from green, because it's so confusing, to clean technology, which has to do with renewable energy, energy efficiency, recycling, reuse. But the basic definition is green or clean is an industry or a job that makes a difference. And we use the term, somebody wrote a book here from the Hudson Valley, make a living by making a difference. And by that, what we mean is the way we conduct business, the way we manufacture our goods, the way we insulate our houses, all is important to us individually, but it's important to us as a society, as a global economy. So what I would like to try to do today is walk you through some of the information, and I really won't spend time on it because I don't want to bore you with a long PowerPoint, but I just want to show you how we're beginning to organize this kind of information. This has to do with the definition. And before I start, I just want you to know, I'm from way upstate New York. Started my day in Binghamton. I had a meeting in Stamford, Connecticut, and I came here. I drove a rented Prius hybrid. First time I've ever driven one of those. Really neat car. But as I was driving through the Catskill Mountains, you go up mountains and you come down mountains. As I was coming down, they have this neat little screen that tells you just about everything about the car. At one point, I was getting 99.9 miles per gallon. That's pretty darn good. And the technology shows you when the hybrid, the electric part is running the car versus the gas engine. It's really neat. But that fuel cell, that battery, is an area that we really want to expand in New York State, and we think New York State, particularly this part of the state and upstate, has a lot of potential for manufacturing of green technology products because of the skills we have. But this is the type of definition. You can find many of them, but it's promoting, it's conserving natural resources and preserving them, it's supporting energy efficiency, a cleaner environment, and in the end, it should save us money. Because if it's not good for the consumer, it's not going to work. In other words, is it worth it for you to buy a high-energy boiler for your house? Is it worth it for you to install solar technology? The answer has to be yes, or it's really not going to work. This is kind of how we organize the information, and this is only the beginning. No one, if anyone tells you they know everything about green, they're not telling you the truth. Because green changes every day, or clean. No one's ever going to have their hands around it totally. In New York State, we have extremely high standards as it relates to renewable energy and energy efficiency. In fact, they're, if not the highest, they're among the highest in the country. By renewable energy, the goal is for us by the year 2013 to obtain 30% of our energy in New York State by renewable energy means. We got a big jump start. You know why New York State got a jump start? Anybody care to guess? Yes. Hydro, particularly like a Niagara Falls type thing. Hydropower needs new and better technologies to allow us to even yield more of that power. But solar there's two kinds of solar, and you could probably, we're not quite high enough here, but I'm sure you'd see both of these technologies as we scanned around the horizon, photovoltaic and thermal. Photovoltaic is probably the one most folks are familiar with. It's the solar panels that you see. You might be driving along the highway. It converts the sun's light into electricity. Solar thermal, on the other hand, converts the sun's light into hot water. Heat, basically. For hot. My local YMCA installed solar thermal. They're saving 45% on the gas bill just over the past year. Then biomass, biofuel, I don't want to linger too much. Energy efficiency is the building, making your buildings commercial or residential more energy efficient, weatherization. We get into the clean tech, which is the battery products we talked about, indoor air quality. That list can go on, you know, light bulbs, the fluorescent high energy light bulbs, waste management. These can all be classified as green or clean. I talked about the portfolio standards. What in New York State, in a nutshell, what this is mandating is that 45% of our power in New York State by the year 2015 be either renewable or through energy efficiency, and that is the highest in the country. What we did here is we're trying to map out where some of these businesses are. Again, we don't have a perfect system to collect all this information, but this is tries to attempt to graphically picture where the renewable energy companies are and where the renewable energy and energy efficiency training programs are. I won't linger on this because we're short of time. We've developed workforce intelligence for now 13 individual clusters. And by workforce intelligence, for example, if you asked for solar installation, that means basically the construction contractors that are doing solar installation. We could tell you what the common jobs are, what the wages you could earn in that are, what the education and training requirements are, what the long-term outlook is for those jobs, and what are the common skills related to those jobs. So there's a lot of information that we have developed within the past year, and we're continuing to develop it. We hope in the New York State to develop we are in the process of developing a green jobs portal, so that if you wanted to find out where are green jobs in your community, you could go to the portal and you could actually query. This is in development, we're not quite there yet, but query for green jobs that are in Yonkers. These are the industries that we're developing, biomass, biofuel cells. I just described what I guess. These are common jobs in solar or wind manufacturing versus installation. What we're finding is that most of the jobs are across the board in any region, both in the construction trades, and that would have to do with solar, primarily solar installation or energy efficiency installation. Those jobs are everywhere. The solar manufacturing jobs are sporadic. They're very common jobs. What we're finding is the green jobs, a good chunk of them, are common jobs. They're not new jobs that are new titles or new skills entirely. They're common jobs that are affected by the green boom or that are affected by somewhat new technologies. For example, an electrician who's going to install solar has all his electrician or her electrician skills, but has to add on a little bit for the solar technology. So there are many that have come with a little bit of add-on in terms of skill requirements. This is from a wind turbine developer. There's a lot of wind turbine development in upstate New York. These are the kinds of folks that they look for, primarily very highly skilled type people. The wind turbine technician is a job that stays there. Some of the other ones are only there for the building process of the wind farm, but the technicians are a job that's there to maintain the windmills. Weatherization. New York State's getting $400 million in weatherization funds through the ARRA. That is, what that translates into jobs is the weatherization program in New York State is focusing at weatherizing low-income housing. And these folks, most of them go through a local community-based organization where they hire work crews. These are the kinds of jobs that are on those work crews. What's important to weatherization is BPI accreditation. and certification. Accreditation is for businesses, certification is for workers.